Alright people, it's the start of a brand new month, the month of November, and yes indeed, the year 2024 gradually coming to an end, but not without, the fun and exciting world of esports gaming, and of course the games giving us something to look forward to every week, and that's why we're always back here to take you on the journey into that, and we surely are your weekend starter. Welcome to the Afrogamer show. My name is Shayo, and it's great to be back on the show today as always to do what we know how to do best, which is to showcase all that's happening in the world of esports, gaming and the games. And this reaches you right here on Afrosports TV. That's the platform that is way above competition when it comes to serving you the very best from the world of sports and now esports. Let's take a quick break. When I get back, I will be joined by Ife, the managing editor of Afrogamer, and we will take you on a ride into what's making the round as regards the latest news. Stick around, people. Alright people, welcome back, and yes, if you're just tuning in, you've not missed anything other than my amazing intro, and I think I should give myself props for that. But all the same, welcome to the show, the Afro Gamer show right here on Afrosports TV. My name is Shayo, and Ife is joining me right now, my co-analyst or analyst when it comes to talking about the latest in the world of news. Ife, let's talk. Welcome to the show. How's the week been, and what are we looking forward to this weekend?
Hello, Shayo. Wonderful to be here once again. Yeah, the week has been slow, but yeah, there are some interesting stories that we do have for our viewers for this week. So I think they should tighten their seatbelts, like you said, and wait for everything for us to unpack.
Unpack it. All right, and unpacking what we'll do right now. Let's talk about the Pubg Mobile Campus Championships. Talking about the grand finals, and I think we were all shocked at the fact that there were talks about the finals coming up just last week. And that's because not too much notice, the logistics of getting the teams to attend the finals and all that was what was in our head. But, we thought that it was all figured out. So it didn't come as a surprise when they said that the finals will now be held on the 3rd of November. And that's this very weekend. And definitely we're all looking forward to it, talking about teams coming in from Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, and the ones they would meet right here in Lagos. Let's talk about that, Ife.
Yes, Shayo. So the Lagos edition last week ended up being a qualifiers. And then, like you did mention, I think logistics is in place now. So they are hosting the grand finals at the Palms Shopping Mall, which is one of the prestigious malls in Lagos. As to where exactly, I'm suspecting the food courts. Or just that alley where people pass, and it could be that, or it could also be upstairs for those who have gone upstairs where the movie area is. So it could be cinemas. All that, but the cinemas, and then we'll actually find out it was just not communication was not specific. It just is, so it's definitely going to be an open place. So we're looking forward to that. I'm excited to see that 16 teams, the best university teams out of 9 universities will be coming to Lagos. So Abuja had the top 3 qualifying, Port Harcourt had the top 4, Ibadan had the top 3, and then for Lagos the top 6, which encompasses that's top 16. So it will be nice to see how that unfolds. I'm hoping that, like we did mention last week or 2 weeks ago, about not being able to capture the gamers who are new to PUBG or just want to know about PUBG. I'm hoping this also serves an opportunity to bring them in, even just people who are passing by at the mall. And the good thing about this is the winner of this tournament will be going to the Pubg Global Championships next year. I know when we met with Lucas Zenk, he did mention about creating that slot for Nigeria. So this will be the first time that a Nigerian team and an African team will be having that slot. Exactly. It has always been our prayer. We've always complained about that exclusion. So now this is an opportunity for that inclusion. So, one step at a time. I'm hoping that with the success of this event, then they can open up to other parts of Africa, because I know the likes of South Africa, Kenya, Sub-Saharan
definitely watch it. Trust even Ghanaians to say, well, I give it to Nigerians and not give it to us.
Exactly.
So we definitely are in for it. But then the more the merrier. Let's have more Africans actually participate in the global championship. So we wish the teams the very best. We'll serve you how it all goes down next week on the show. And leaving that now, let's talk eFiba. And last week we went on and on about the build up to the finals, and against all odds there is a new champion, and that's to show something you used to say, Ife, that when push comes to shove and we leave this open to everybody, there would be some power shift, and that's exactly what has happened with the eFiba Championship Season 3 qualifiers for the African region.
Yes, Shayo, this came as a surprise, but I think we're just not paying much attention, because Algeria didn't drop any game. Even for sets that they won, Morocco still dropped a set. I think when they even played Nigeria, it was 2-1. Algeria blew. And
the scores were even close for Nigeria when Morocco played Nigeria. So I had an inkling something was up.
Exactly. So they blew every team out of the water. But we're so stuck on Morocco being 2-time back-to-back 2 years ago and last year's African champion. So we're like, okay, it's their birthright, which was a wrong call by everyone. Although the games were close, Algeria edged them out 2-1. I'm happy, that we have a new champion, and what that means is that it opens up more teams to know that they can go for it. There's an opportunity for you to touch the sky.
Also give a shot. Yeah, exactly. And I think it's all about doing things right, getting things right, and definitely a big chance for teams to push their boundaries. For Nigeria, what's our learning? The fact that we got this far, and the fact that we saw the points that the team was scoring shows that there's a potential here that we can build on, and we're hoping the guys who administered this whole process would build on that. Looking forward to the season 4 of the eFiba championships. Away from that, Ife, let's talk on the final note on the new segment. The IESF World Esports Championships is going down in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in a few days' time, and we know the African countries that would be there. Let's put it out there that for the first time in a long while, the numbers are limited, and that's because, most importantly, that the eFootball title was scrapped, and we all know how many teams would have been there if that was still part of the party.
Yes, surprised but not surprised. It is what it is at this point.
It is what it is. If you know, you know.
Yes, it is what it is. But Shayo, this just begs the question that once there is no freebie, how ready are African countries? If you look at the list of countries who have qualified, these teams are regular teams who are always battle ready. Morocco, Egypt, South Africa, I think Tunisia. So
Tunisia,
when there's push to shove, like you need to fight for your spots, you can be rest assured that these teams will always make a statement for themselves. If football was meant to be a free pass for everyone, and now that it's not, majority of those African countries are going to be missing in action. So once again, the question still arises. We are always quick to, fight politically about who should run this federation, who should run that association. Year in, year out, we put in poor performances at this global tournament. Now that they've said, okay, now fight for your sport, a lot of them are nowhere to be found. So it's a huge question, and as we're rounding up the year, I'm hoping that, instead of, squabbling for positions, we should actually focus on the grassroots, like many people say. that it's for the grassroots, but the grassroots is not growing. But let me just
lip service.
yes.
Yeah.
So let me just run through the 4 countries and the titles they'll be fielding teams for. For Morocco, they'll be doing Mobile Legends Bang Bang. They'll be doing Pubg Mobile since they won the African Esports Championship. And then for Egypt, they'll be fielding a team for Dota 2, Mobile Legends Bang Bang Open, category Mobile Legends Bang Bang Women, and Pubg Mobile. They came up as runner-ups. And then Tunisia will be fielding a team for Counter-Strike 2 Open. And then South Africa, they seem to have cornered a niche. Team sports, so Dota 2, Counter-Strike 2 Women, and Counter-Strike 2 Open.
2 Open.
Yes.
Kudos definitely to the 4 teams. Big worry is the fact that 3 of them are from North Africa, 1 from Sub-Sahara Africa. So the teams in Sub-Sahara Africa really have a lot on their hands, and I'm talking Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire. Who else is in that top echelon? I think these are the 5 that come to mind and of course, in addition to South Africa, 6 countries, but really we see the dominance of the North Africans, especially with these team titles and these strategy games like Counter-Strike and the like. So a lot of work on our hands to do. Talking about the countries that I just mentioned: Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire. Lots of work on our hands to do if we're to catch up with the North Africans, who are definitely growing in leaps and bounds. All right, guys, that's all on the news segment. You definitely have gotten the very best of information. We'll take a short break because I'm still going to keep Ife around for the spotlight segment, but we'll take a break now talking retro. And on the retro today, we're going all the way back to show you Sonic on the Sega Mega Drive. And for the kids of today, you definitely have seen Sonic, you've seen the huge graphics. These graphics would wow you because this seems like the genesis of the big stuff you're seeing today. Sonic on the Sony Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive is on retro today. We'll be right back for more on the Afrogamer Show. Alright guys, welcome back, and just like I told you, that was what Sonic used to look like. And I'm sure if that was what we were still stuck up on, I'm not sure most of us will like what it is right now. I think I have the latest game, and my daughters really enjoy playing that one, and I also get to join them once in a while if I have the time. Okay, let's move away from that. Ife is still on the show. Ife, thanks for sticking around, and we're moving to the spotlight segment. And who else to spotlight than our guys? Of course, we have the poster boy, but let's talk about the entire team. Nigeria out there at the FI Motorsport Games, and it was not a bad showing. good outing overall, good start for something great, which we might just be building when it comes to Moto sim racing on the Nigerian soil and on the African continent.
Okay, it's wonderful to know that this lad, Kamto, I don't know why I keep calling him Kamato as if he's a Japanese car, but he's not. Yes, he has been very, very impressive. He came in 11th overall, where he missed out of the finals. So the top 10, the final top 10 are the ones that advanced to the finals. So he made it all the way from the qualifying rounds to the semi-finals. And what I'm seeing in him is that fight and taking ownership. So on his social media page, he was able to take ownership about making rookie mistakes where he fell short of making that top 10. So, you know, outside of that, I'm seeing that potential, even without a media team, that he's recognizing the power of media and he's communicating. Typically, out of everyone that went to the tournament representing Africa, from Mozambique, Namibia, Morocco, and Nigeria, he's the only one that has been, you know, communicating how he's performing. Left to that, every other person won't have known what they were doing. But you know, I'm happy that he's able to learn from his mistakes, just like how many players in football, after they lose a match or they draw, they go on social media to say this is what happened and they'll be better next time. So he's, you know, even just a natural, and he's, you know, picking up those traits. So I believe the sky is the limit for him. The Afrogamer wasn't left out. We were able to congratulate him on his social media pages, where he was talking about coming 11th in the overall ranking, and we said, you know, we're proud of you, and you know, we're expecting to see more of you, and as well, hopefully we see him at the Olympic Esports Games next year.
Definitely, that seems like the big one next year. Definitely, we expect that this FIA Motorsports may happen just before the Olympic Games. So, all in all, we expect that he would, you know, keep building from here. And while you give Kamto the credit, I think we should also credit his parents, Emeka Chukwureh and Wumi Chukwureh. Emeka especially kept updating us with videos and pictures, and some of them we're glad to share with you on the show today, talking about Spotlight on Kamto, Chukwureh, and the entire Team Nigeria out there, the FIA Motorsport Games. That's our Spotlight for today. But before we take that video reel, Ife, thank you so much for joining once again, and do enjoy the rest of your weekend. So, there we go. Let's take our Spotlight for today. We'll be right back for more on the Afrogamer Show right here on Afro Sports TV.
What do you think?
Welcome back. It's still the Afrogamer Show, and it's been such an exciting time today, from the news to the retro, and just as you've seen with the Spotlight, Kamto Chukwureh, 19-year-old superstar or prodigy, whichever one you want to call him, doing some good stuff with sim racing and building a profile that we'll definitely be proud of as Nigerians in coming years from now. Let's leave that and go for our game over segment today. And for our game, okay, before the game over segment, let's talk about the fun side of sports. And this picture would pop up now, which I would like your opinion for, because that's not our opinion. It's just something we felt was fun and we could put up. And you can see it's even a lady holding it, so you know that it's not something from me or Ife or our producer Victor or anybody here, because it's an almost all-male production team. So it says, if your man does not have a PlayStation 5, you have failed as a woman. Do you agree? It's not our opinion. It's just a question. So that's the fun side of games for today. What's your opinion? You can drop us a comment. You can share with us and give us your thoughts as regards that particular opinion. Let's move away from that today and talk about Game On. And for Game On today, it's something really emotional that we'll be showcasing, and we're talking special needs in esports, the power of inclusion which comes with special needs. You see a special need gamer playing CSGO with his mouth. How is that even possible? Like I said, this is an emotional one, and we'd like you to see this one on Game On for today. Welcome back. It's been an exciting show, the start of a brand new month, few weeks to the end of the year 2024, but then it's been an exciting year all round. I'm looking forward to our recap of the year, looking at some of the great stuff that has happened all year round. I know what will be top on that bill when I get to ask Ife or any other person we get to speak with as regards to the recap for the year 2024. All right, it's time for our game over. I don't leave you without something thought-provoking, and this time there's something we want to talk about, so come close, let's talk. Today on Game Over, I want to talk about esports governance, and that's because we've seen a couple of supposed national federations, because I'll call them supposed because some of them are yet to be stamped by the government or some other authorities in their countries, but they're doing their bit to build this ecosystem within their power, and trust me, some of their works have yielded results in exposing gamers in their country to some amazing opportunities in terms of international tournament participation and all that. But it is good to get it right, not just in taking gamers for tournaments or in organizing local tournaments, but when it comes to governance, because some of these things will go a long way when the government shows up and they see that you know your onions and you understand what you're doing. And that's why I thought we should touch up on esports governance on the African continent. Like I said, we've seen a lot of countries come up with, we're having board elections, we're having this summit, we're having this session, executive session, board meetings. But the truth is they're still missing the point when it comes to governance. And I'll put Ghana as a case in point for this discussion, but it doesn't exclude most of the other organizations or federations within the continent. So we saw the Ghanaians come up with, that's the Esports Association of Ghana, come up with an election. And in this election, we're seeing positions such as a social media manager, procurement manager, and I felt like there is a need for an understanding of how governance in sports and esports is done. How is it done? Why not model your international organizations and then you use that to adopt whatever it's there to do whatever you're doing on your own scale? And I'll give an example. The Global Esports Federation has at the top of the echelon, the board, which is an elective role. And then there is the management team or the executive team, which is more of an appointment role. Before every other thing, there's the commissions. I happen to be a two commissions member myself. But we've not seen this happen with these national federations, and it calls to question the need for an understanding of governance, because like I said, when the government shows up, these are the things they would see and make them understand you know your onions, and they will not just brush you aside and bring in people that you may not be satisfied that can drive this. That is the game over for today, and I think it's something we should give a thought. And more than anything, like I said, the template is simple. Look at your international federation, remodel what they have within your national federation, and you would have a smooth run when it comes to the ethics and governance of esports. My name is Shayo. It's been an exciting time on the Afrogamer show once again this beautiful weekend. I'll catch you again next week with another bumper package. You don't want to miss that? Bye for now, guys.